The Detroit Red Wings had a big chance. It was March 7th, 2025. The trade deadline was ending. They had lots of money and time to get better. But something strange happened. They didn't do much. One trade, two old players. Then they started losing. Fans were not happy. And just like that, Detroit missed the playoffs again. On March 7th, 2025, all NHL teams had to finish trading by 3 p.m. That was the trade deadline. Teams could get better by adding new players. Detroit had over $10 million to spend. That is a lot in hockey. But Detroit only made one trade that day. They got two players from the Chicago Blackhawks. One was Craig Smith. He is 35 years old. The other was Petr Mrázek. He is 33 and plays goalie. In return, Detroit gave up Joe Veleno. They also got a fourth-round draft pick from another team. That's all they did. Other teams in Detroit's division made more moves. The Florida Panthers got Brad Marchand, Seth Jones, and Nico Sturm. The Toronto Maple Leafs got Brandon Carlo, Scott Lawton, and Reese Johnson. Tampa Bay got Yanni Gourde and Oliver Bjorkstrand. Detroit's trade looked small compared to theirs. At that time, Detroit was only 1 point away from making the playoffs. But after the trade, they started losing. They lost 6 games in a row. On March 11th, they played the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa's goalie Linus Ullmark made 48 saves. Detroit had lots of chances to score, but only got 1 goal. Dylan Larkin scored it. Craig Smith played his first game that night. Before the deadline, Detroit traded another goalie, Ville Husso, to Anaheim. He had not played well. His goals against number was high and his save percentage was low. That means he let in too many goals. He also had injuries. Mrázek came in, but he had injuries too. He didn't play much and didn't help a lot. Craig Smith joined to help the team's third and fourth lines. That means he wasn't a top scorer. He had scored 21 points in 68 games the year before. Some people thought this wasn't enough to help the team. Fans were upset. On a website called Reddit, one person said Detroit needed a talent boost, and instead they got one questionable move, and that was it. Not good enough. Other writers said Detroit was one of the teams that did the worst at the trade deadline. Steve Yzerman is the Red Wings general manager. He is in charge of trades. He said the team wanted to make smart choices, but many people said this was not enough. They said when you have that much money to spend, you should use it to help the team. Detroit finished the season with 39 wins, 35 losses, and 8 overtime losses. That's not bad, but it was not good enough. They were 10th in the Eastern Conference. Only the top 8 teams make the playoffs. That means Detroit missed the playoffs for the 9th year in a row. On April 12, 2025, it became official. Montreal lost in overtime to Toronto. That result knocked Detroit out. They were done. After the season, Detroit made one more trade. They sent Mrázek and 2 draft picks to Anaheim. In return, they got goalie John Gibson. He is 31 and had a good season before. He saved over 91% of shots. His contract is for 2 more years. He will be the new starting goalie. Detroit had 3 goalies last season. They were Cam Talbot, Alex Lyon, and Petr Mrázek. Together, they didn't stop enough goals. None of them had a save percentage above .900. That's not good in hockey. Yzerman said about Gibson, "We feel John gives us reliability and experience as we move forward." Detroit still had $12 million left to spend in the summer. They were looking at players like Erik Karlsson, a defenseman who plays for Pittsburgh. But he costs a lot, so they would need the other team to pay part of the money. They also looked at other players like Victor Arvidsson and Mason Marchment. One hockey expert said, "This isn't the old Red Wings dynasty. They're not buyers, they're not sellers, they're stalling." That expert was talking about how Detroit wasn't really trying hard to get better. The team had lots of room to make trades, but they didn't. After the deadline, Detroit's play got worse. They gave up lots of goals. They couldn't stop teams near their own net. The penalty kill didn't work well either. When teams had power plays against them, Detroit often let in goals. They also didn't shoot the puck enough in the last part of the season. The team's AHL players didn't help much either. Their top young player, Marco Kasper, didn't play much in the NHL. That means the team didn't get help from its minor league system. Detroit's bottom 6 forwards were also older. Craig Smith, JT Compher, and Christian Fisher were all over 30 years old. That group didn't score many goals. Their goal difference was -28. That means they gave up 28 more goals than they scored. Even with all the losses, people still went to games. The arena was full most nights, but fans weren't happy. One survey said only 42% of fans felt good about the team's future. That number was 71% earlier in the year. After the season ended, Yzerman talked to the press. He said, "We weren't good enough when it counted. That's something we'll have to address." He didn't talk long, and no big trades happened in the next few weeks. Detroit picked Ryan Keeler in the draft. He is a center and will stay in college for now. He won't join the Red Wings right away. No other big players signed with Detroit after that. By July 15th, 2025, the team had not added more. Detroit's biggest problems are on defense, on the wing, and with backup goalie. The team is still trying to fix those spots, but the deadline on March 7th was a big moment. Detroit had money, they had time, they had a chance. They didn't use it, and now they are still waiting to make the